Jackie, and I've noticed a trend going around about hot chocolate bombs. So I'm going to show you how to make a keto version of it so you can participate without breaking your diet. First, we're going to make our own sugar-free hot chocolate mix, because the ones you can buy at the store are just literally all sugar. So you're going to want a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder and 2 to 3 tablespoons of your sugar-free sugar of choice. I'm using monk fruit. Then you're just going to want to stir that. While you're getting your mix ready, get a small saucepan on the stove and put about 1 inch of water in it and get it starting to boil. You should finish your mix before it's ready to boil. And once it's boiling, you're going to want to get a metal or glass bowl about a little bigger than the size of your saucepan. And you're going to want 9 ounces of your sugar-free chocolate of choice. I'm using white chocolate, but you can use dark chocolate or milk chocolate if you want. I just prefer white chocolate. Another prep thing you can do while you wait for your water is, if you look online, you can find these sugar-free marshmallows. I found these on Amazon. They're Landuba, if I'm pronouncing it right. And they taste just like normal marshmallows without any of the sugar. And they're not even a half carb each. So you can eat as many as you want without feeling guilty. But they are a little big to go in our molds, so we're going to want to cut them. You're going to want to grab a cutting board and a little knife. For a plastic cutting board like the one I'm using, you're going to want a wet rag to put underneath it so it doesn't slide around. So the 5 we have right here can make about, but because marshmallows are sticky on the inside, you might want to dust our knife in some icing sugar. I'm going to use the sugar-free swerve icing sugar just to dust it. You see the little pile? Just a tiny little pile. You won't need a whole lot to cut. And just rub it on your knife like you would flour. A little bit on the cutting board too to make it a little easier on yourself. Depending on the size you like, you can either cut them into half or you can cut them into quarters. I'm going to do it in quarters because my molds are a little smaller than the other ones. The sticky ends dip in the excess icing sugar to stop it from sticking. Perfect, just in time for our water to be boiling. Get your white chocolate and just put it on top and start mixing right away. I'm doing it at an angle, does it a little better. Okay, once it's all melted, you're going to want to work fast and try to get all the lumps out. And get your molds ready. I have these small 2-pack of molds that I can make about 6 each. But if you have less, then just make a couple of batches. Get a little brush. And you want to work fast for the chocolate tempers. But if you need it to, you can just put it back in the water for a second. Careful not to get any of the water into the tempered chocolate, it'll ruin it. If your layers turn out a little thin, just do a second layer once it's all cooled off. Molds are made out of silicone, so you can easily pop them out. this. If it's starting to harden, just put it back on for a second. But you can't redo this many times because eventually it will start to break. But once or twice, you can. They'll let you get away with it a little bit. Be careful, especially if you're using metal like I am, because the metal will burn you if you hold on to it too long. 2 layers should work fine for your chocolate. If you have any holes left after your second layer, just add your leftover chocolate, try to even things out. And just go on from there. Give it a little time to harden, and then we can add in our mix. Tempered chocolate should harden on its own, but if you want them to go a little faster, just pop them in the fridge for a few minutes. Okay, once your molds are all solid, you're going to want to get a tablespoon of your mix, depending on how big or how small yours are. I think mine only needs a half tablespoon. Yeah, half tablespoon's working nicely. So you're going to have plenty of mix left over, but that just means that you get to make this again. Or you can just make hot chocolate without the specialty of the bomb. Either way, you still get hot chocolate. Win-win. You're only going to want to put mix on half of the mixture, because the other half is going to be our top. So don't forget to add your marshmallows, or some chocolate chips if you want. And I'm certain they sell keto sprinkles somewhere, or any other candies you like to put in your hot chocolate. Just look for keto or sugar-free versions, and you can enjoy it. But for me, the chocolate chips and the sugar-free marshmallows are good enough. To seal the lids, you're going to want to get our shell and give it another minute and because it's not right. Turn it off. Okay. So after you pull it out of the oven, you're going to want to be in the fridge overnight, and whenever you're ready to eat it, you want to put the chocolate drizzle on top. So get about 1 inch or so of water into your pan and get it to a simmer low boil. Then get, I would say, about 1/3 cup of chocolate chips and put about 2/3 of it into your bowl. Make sure it's heat proof. Once you have it on there, start to mix it because it's going to start to melt right away if you have it hot enough. You're just going to want to mix it until it's all melted. Once all the chocolate's melted, which won't take very long since it's just a little bit, you want to add the remaining 1/3 of your chocolate so it tempers properly. And just mix it until that's melted too. See, and once it's all melted, you just want to drizzle it on top of your cake. And here we have it, hot chocolate bombs that are only 5 carbs apiece. Warm up your favorite milk of choice. I'm using unsweetened vanilla almond milk. And put it in.